So we'll read the 9 sum. Following records is available from the books of manufacturing company for the year 2000. Direct material is 4,50,000. Direct wages is 3,75,000. Factory overheads is 2,25,000. Office overheads is 2,62,500. Selling overheads is 1,57,500. Distribution overheads, see here there are two different overheads. Selling and distribution are given separate. 1,05,000 and sales is 18,90,000. Now in sum, this is the first thing that we will be doing. We'll be doing a cost sheet. A work has been received by the company for the year 2001, for which material and wages are expected to be rupees 6,000 and rupees 3,750. What will you do in this sum? This is a contract that the company is receiving for the next year. So direct wages and direct expense, direct material, they will give you specifically how much expense will be there. Or they may tell you to calculate it per unit based on last year and then multiply it by the number of units that you plan to manufacture in this year. There are two ways in this. So one is where you are given to take the cost at the same price like last year, and you multiply it by the number of units, or they give you a specific material and labor cost, and then other indirect expenses like factory, office, selling, you are given certain percentages on the basis of which you have to estimate. So this is how we will be making the first cost sheet and then a tender cost sheet. Okay, because to make a tender cost sheet, you need to have the costs, because then they are saying that to make the next year's cost sheet for 2001, considering the following information, find out the selling price for the next year if the company wants to earn the same rate of profit. That means in the year 2000, what profit they earn, same percentage they want to earn on cost. Because in the next year, you will only be able to know what is the cost. You don't know what is the selling price or sales. You have to find that. So you will find out in 2000 what is the percentage of profit on cost, so that in 2001 also you can find out the percentage of profit on cost. They have given you the data that assume that factory overheads will go up, that means rise, increase by 25%. Distribution overheads will go down, will decrease by 15%. And selling and office overheads will go up by 20%. So we have these three equations or these three relationships which we will follow. First, let us see if the number of units are given. In this sum, the number of units are not given, so the sum is very easy. But if the number of units are there, then it will make it little complex. So the second sum that I take will be with the number of units. This sum we are doing without units, just for a simple understanding how to increase the percentage cost. Okay. So now I'll stop the question slide and I will go to the solution slide. All of you, what is the first thing that we will put in the cost sheet? Yes. What is the first
Prime
item?
cost.
Prime cost. And in the prime cost, what do we write first?
Direct material, direct wages.
We write direct material and we write direct wages. So first thing that we do is in sum number 9, we write material consumed is 6,000. I'm doing directly the tender cost sheet because we have only the total amounts. So material consumed is 6,000. I think I should have the other cost sheet also. Sorry. Yeah. First, I'm doing the regular cost sheet where direct material is given at 4,50,000. Direct wages is given at 3,75,000. Direct expenses are nil. So our prime cost goes to 8,25,000. Are you clear with this? Are you clear?
Yes.
With this? Yeah. Then we add factory overheads to the prime cost to get 2 lakh, that is 2,25,000. It is directly given. I have just put the figures in the cost sheet format. And then we add these two items, 8,25,000 and 2,25,000, which gives us 10,50,000, and it is called factory cost. The next thing that we add to this is office overheads. Office overheads are given at 2,62,500. And when we add factory cost and office overheads, we get office cost, which is 13,12,500. To this, we add selling and distribution overheads. In this sum, I specifically took this sum because it's a unique sum where selling overheads are given separate. distribution overheads are given separate, and the total selling and distribution overheads goes to 2,62,500. Then when we add the office cost and selling and distribution overheads, we get the selling cost. And the sales is given at 18,90,000. So the difference figure is profit. Is this cost sheet clear to all of you? Yes? Any question anybody has with this?
Clear.
Are you all doing this cost sheet with me? You want time to write, or should I go to the tender?
નહીં મેમ સમજાઈ ગયું છે. I think લખવાની જરૂર નહીં પડે.
Okay. Now what you need to do is you need to just ensure that you make the tender cost sheet now. Till here, when I talk about the tender cost sheet, material consumed is 6,000 and direct wages is 3,750 is directly given, which gives us prime cost 9,750. Now the point is factory overheads increase by 25%. So we need to show these workings very clearly, that how do we get factory overheads. So based on last year's data, we have to find out percentage of factory overheads. We don't know how much was the factory overheads. We don't have the figure. We just know that it is increasing by 25%. So first we need to find out how much was it last year. So percentage of factory overheads to direct wages in 2000. How much was it? Factory overheads were 2,25,000 in the year 2000. And direct wages was 3,75,000. Now, by rule in cost accounting, what we follow is if factory overheads are not given, they are as a percentage to direct wages. If office overheads are not given, they are a percentage to office cost. And selling and distribution overheads are also a percentage to office cost. So we need to find out the factory overheads are a percentage. Sorry, it's not to office cost, it is to factory cost. I'm sorry. So factory overheads are always a percentage of direct wages. Office and selling overheads are always a percentage of factory cost. So factory overheads will be how much in 2001? First, you need to find out how much percentage of direct wages is factory overheads. So factory overheads is 2,25,000 in the year 2000. And direct wages was 3,75,000. Just go back to your cost sheet and this is the figure. So when you do this, you will find out that percentage of factory overheads to direct wages means percentage of factory overheads divided by direct wages into 100. So 2,25,000 divided by 3,75,000 into 100 will give us 60%. Which means in 2001, if there was no increase, factory overheads would have been 60% of the direct wages. How much is the direct wages in 2001? Can anybody tell me what's the figure of direct wages in this year? Yes. How much is direct wages in the tender cost sheet?
3,750.
Right, 3,750. So 60% of 3,750 will be the original factory overheads without any increase. Now 2,250 is 60% of the direct wages. Over this, you increase 25%. So first you have to find out in this year, if there was no increase, how much would it be? And then after that, you increase on that original amount 25%. So it is 2,250 plus 25% means 25 upon 100 into 2,250, which is 562.5. So in 2001, our factory overheads will be 2,812.5. Is this working note clear to everybody?
મેમ 25% આપણે જે કર્યું એ આપણે 2250 ઉપર કર્યું ને ઈ કેમ
Right.
3750 ઉપર નહીં થઈ ડાયરેક્ટ વેजेस ઉપર
Because it is increase. You need to read the sum. Read that line of the sum. It says in 2001, factory overheads increase by 25%. તો કઈ બેઝ તો જોઈએ ને, સેના ઉપર 25% rise? આ વર્ષના factory overheads કેટલા હતા? તો એમાંથી 25% rise. तो first you need to find out कि આ વર્ષના જો કાંઈ rise ન હોત, if there was no increase, how much would have been the factory overheads? So that when the factory overheads are not given in the estimated cost sheet, generally the trend is to take it as a percentage of direct wages. What is the direct wages? In proportion to that, the factory overheads will be. So how do we know how much is the proportion? That is also not given. So we have to find out in 2000, in our last year, how much was the portion of factory overheads to direct wages. This year also it will be the same proportion. जो काई ना adjustment हो, तो we would have done directly 60% over 3750, which is direct wages. Okay, but 3750 for 60% કર્યા પછી there is an adjustment which says કે એને તો 25% હજી વધારવાના છે. So this would have been without any increase, and this is with the increase. Is it clear, Khushbu?
Yes, ma'am.
So for every kind of estimated cost sheet, they may give you direct material and direct labor. Pachi the other overheads, indirect overheads, you have to take it as a proportion because this is estimate. તમારે ખર્ચો થયો નથી. તમારે એમ કહેવાનું કે કસ્ટમર 10,000 યુનિટ નો ઓર્ડર આપશે તો મારે ને શું ભાવ કહેવાનું? What is the price I must quote to my customer with my profit? So that is why we estimate. Okay, we have not incurred this. We are estimating that last year 60% of direct wages હતું, so even this year, in the next year, it will be that much. Pachi we assume કે એમાં થોડો ભાવ વધારો થશે, so we increase the price by 25%. Okay, is it clear to everybody? Any doubts anywhere? આ સમજાઈ ગયું? તો next two તો very easy. Same way you have to do. ખાલી અહીંયા આપણે factory overheads ની જગ્યાએ અહીંયા આવશે office overheads, નીચે આવશે factory cost. Is that clear? ખાલી
Office overhead સાથે office cost આવે ને?
નહીં. Office cost તો આપણે find કરવી પડશે. Office overheads are always a percentage of factory cost. Factory overheads are always a percentage of direct wages. આ overheads નું relation છે. તમે overheads નું chapter કર્યું છે?
ના.
અરે overheads નું chapter તો થઈ ગયું ને
હા
ત્યારે.
કર્યું છે.
અચ્છા, ઓકે ઓલું accounts માં.
હા, તો rent તમે કેવી રીતના divide કરો? On the basis of space. તો factory overheads શેના basis ઉપર divide થાય? On the basis of direct wages. એ બધાયનું રિલેશન નોર્મલી જે ટ્રેન્ડ હોય એ કે ડાયરેક્ટ એક્સપેન્સીસ આટલા હશે વેજીસ ઉપર, તો ફેક્ટરીના બીજા ખર્ચ એના પ્રપોર્શનમાં હોય, એના પર્સન્ટેજમાં. ઓકે, ઇઝ ધેટ ક્લિયર?
યસ.
હા, ઓવરહેડ્સમાં તમે ખાલી ડિવિઝન કરો છો, પણ અહીંયા તમારે એસ્ટિમેટ કરવાનું છે કે નેક્સ્ટ યરમાં કેટલા હશે. સપોઝિંગ આ નેક્સ્ટ સમ કરીશ ને તો તમને વધારે ક્લિયર થશે, કારણ કે નેક્સ્ટ સમમાં એવું હશે કે ધ ઓર્ડર ઇઝ ફોર સો મેની યુનિટ્સ. એટલે હવે હું તમને પૂછીશ કે તમે કઈ પ્રાઇસ ઉપર વેચશો, કેવી રીતના નક્કી કરશો? આર યુ ગેટિંગ ઇટ? સો નેક્સ્ટ સમ કરશું એટલે વધારે ક્લિયર થશે. આ સમમાં અત્યારે maybe I am not able to 100% satisfy your doubts. Okay, now factory overheads, as we calculated, it is 2812.5. We add this and we get factory cost. However, factory cost is very important because all other percentages will be on this. Now to this we have to add office overheads. However, next working note. Office overheads પહેલા તો કેટલા છે? ખુશ્બુ કેટલા છે office overheads? આપેલા છે? Do we know in 2001 how much is office overheads? No. So how will we estimate કે કેટલા થશે 2001 માં? So we have to estimate it based on last year's data. And percentage of factory overheads is always to factory cost. પહેલા last year નું data લ્યો. Office overheads were 2,62,500 in the year 2000, and factory cost we calculated at 10,50,000. So when you do a percentage, it will be 2,62,000 divided by 10,50,000 into 100. So it will give us 25%. Is that clear?
Yes.
Last year no percentage થયું, એટલે હવે આપણે માની લીધું કે last year office overheads were 25% of factory cost. So even in 2001, we will keep the same proportion, 25% of factory cost. હવે આપણે factory cost તો ગોઈતી કેટલી છે? 12,562.50. So that same 12,562 0.5 into 25% will be without any increase. But your last line of the sum says office overheads and selling overheads increase by 20%. આ decrease હોત તો minus કરત, increase છે તો plus કરશું. So હવે પેલા આના 25% પેલા find કરો. 25% of 12562 is 3140.625. આને આપણે 20% increase કરવાનું છે. આટલું તો without increase હોત. Now we increase it by 20% and it gives us 628.125 and the total becomes 3768.75. આમાં કોઈને doubt છે? Working note 1 સમજાઈ ગઈ તો 2 is very easy. 2 સમજાઈ ગઈ તો 3 તો એના is also very easy. Is it understood?
એમાં 12562.5 આપણે કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કર્યું ને?
હા, અહીંયા આપણે ફેક્ટરી કોસ્ટ કર્યું ને, જે આપણે પહેલા ફેક્ટરી ઓવરહેડ્સ એસ્ટિમેટ કર્યા 2812 ફર્સ્ટ વર્કિંગ પછી આ રહ્યા, પછી એને આપણે એડ કર્યા તો આપણને ફેક્ટરી
એડ
કોસ્ટ
કર્યું. હા,
ઇટ બીકમ્સ ફેક્ટરી કોસ્ટ. ઓકે,
ઓકે. હા,
હવે ફેક્ટરી કોસ્ટમાં આપણે ઓફિસ ઓવરહેડ્સ એડ કરવાના છે, એટલે આપણે બીજી વર્કિંગ નોટ કરી. કેટલા થાય? 25% ઓફ ફેક્ટરી કોસ્ટ. હવે 25% ઓફ ફેક્ટરી કોસ્ટ તો ગણ્યા, પછી ખબર પડી હવે એમાં 20% વધારો છે યાર, તો 20% વધારો કરી ને પછી એના નવા ફાઇન્ડ કર્યા. ઓકે,
ઓકે.
નાઉ યુ રિમેમ્બર ધીસ ફિગર 3768.75 આપણે આ એડ કર્યા. હવે આ ફેક્ટરી કોસ્ટ એન્ડ ઓફિસ ઓવરહેડ્સ એડ કરો એટલે શું મળે? ઓફિસ કોસ્ટ. આમાં ઓપનિંગ સ્ટોક ઓફ ફિનિશ ગુડ્સ છે નહીં, ક્લોઝિંગ સ્ટોક ઓફ ફિનિશ ગુડ્સ છે નહીં, એટલે ઓફિસ કોસ્ટ બીકમ્સ અવર અરે નોટ ટોટલ કોસ્ટ, હજી સેલિંગ એન્ડ ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુશન છે. ઓકે, આ સમજાઈ ગયું?
યસ.
હવે આમાં સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ, સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ શું છે? સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ આપ્યા છે? નથી આપ્યા, તો વર્કિંગ નોટ 3. સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ આર ઓલ્સો અ percentage to factory cost. That's the rule. ઓકે, ઘણી વાર તમને સમમાં આપ્યું હશે કે સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ આર અ percentage to office cost, તો ઓફિસ કોસ્ટ લેવાનું આપ્યું હોય તો, નહીં તો the general pattern with the whole industry follows is factory cost. ઓકે, ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુશન કોસ્ટ પણ એમ જ આવશે, ફેક્ટરી કોસ્ટ થી percentage લેવાનું. પણ જો એક્ઝામમાં કે સમમાં સ્પેશિયલી કીધું હોય કે સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ એન્ડ ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુશન ઓવરહેડ્સ આર અ percentage of office cost, તો ઓફિસ કોસ્ટ લેવાનું, નહીં તો નહીં. ઓકે, સમમાં સ્પેશિયલી કીધું હોય કે આમ જ કરો તો પછી આપણે કઈ મગજ નહીં હલાવવાનું, એમ જ કરવાનું. નાઉ સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ વર 157,500 એન્ડ ફેક્ટરી કોસ્ટ તો આપણે જેમ આગલું ઓફિસ ઓવરહેડ્સ ગણ્યા એમ જ સેમ 10,50,000. હવે this divide by this into 100 will give you the percentage. So in 2000 it was 15%, so in 2001 also it will be 15%. પછી એમ કે છે 15% ખાલી નહીં, એમાં 20% રાઈઝ પણ છે. તો ફેક્ટરી કોસ્ટ ઇઝ 12562.5, આના 15% પેલા ગણ્યા and got factory cost, sorry not factory cost, selling overheads. પછી એ selling overheads માં 20% રાઈઝ છે એટલે આપણે 20% વધાર્યા, so it gives us new selling overheads. Is it clear?
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt.
હા,
તમે સ્લાઇડ આમ ચેન્જ કરી છે?
હા,
બીકોઝ મારામાં
Selling
last
overhead.
જ દેખાડે છે.
કઈ દેખાડે છે?
ઓફિસ ઓવરહેડ્સ વાળી દેખાડે છે.
ઓકે ઓકે ઓકે, I'll share my screen again. આ ઘણીવાર બહુ આગળ પાછળ કર્યું હોય ને તો એવું થાય છે, that it does not show the right slide which I want. હવે selling overhead દેખાડે છે? Are you able to see selling overhead slide?
હા મેમ, મન તો દેખાય છે.
હા.
અસ્મિતાને પૂછો.
આ વર્કિંગ ફરીથી બતાવું કોઈને જો બાકી રહી ગયું હોય તો, સમજાણું ના હોય તો. મેકેનિકલ છે, એકદમ મોનોટોનસ છે. પહેલું જેમ કર્યું ને ફેક્ટરી ઓવરહેડ્સ ડિવાઇડ બાય ડાયરેક્ટ વેજીસ, એના પછી ઓફિસ ઓવરહેડ્સ, સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ, ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુશન ઓવરહેડ્સ ડિવાઇડ બાય ફેક્ટરી કોસ્ટ, બધામાં મેકેનિકલી જ કેલ્ક્યુલેશન કરવાનું પહેલા ટુ ફાઇન્ડ હાઉ મચ ઇટ ઇઝ. પછી એમાં ઇન્ક્રીઝ ડિક્રીઝ જે કીધું એ કરી નાખવાનું. ઓકે, એની ક્વેશ્ચન્સ? આ ફરીથી સમજાવું સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ કે સમજાઈ ગયું?
મેમ મારામાં તો આવતું જ નથી.
તું રીજોઈન કર લે મીટિંગ, થઈ જશે તને.
ઓકે ઓકે.
હા બોલો, બાકી બધા એને શું છે? સમજાઈ ગયું છે કે you want to understand once again? ચિંતન, યશવી?
સમજાઈ ગયું.
હા,
સમજાઈ ગયું છે.
ઓકે. યશ, પ્રાચી, પ્રિયા? ચિંતન જ વયો ગયો, આવ્યો તો હતો ના? છે. બોલો બોલો, સમજાઈ ગયું ને બધાને? ચાલો, ઓકે. So now what we will do is we will add 2261.25 to our cost sheet to get selling overheads. હવે ઓફિસ કોસ્ટ તો આપણે ફાઇન્ડ કરેલી જ હતી. આમાં આપણે સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ, પણ સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ ખાલી નહીં, આપણે ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુશન ઓવરહેડ્સ પણ છે આ સમમાં. તો હવે ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુશન ઓવરહેડ્સ કેટલા છે નથી ખબર. અગેન ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ ધ percentage. Distribution overheads based on 2000 data. So in 2000, distribution overheads were 1,05,000. Factory cost was 10,50,000. So 1,05,000 upon 10,50,000 into 100 gives us 10%. So 10% of factory cost. Factory cost is 10,05,000. એટલે 1,05,000 is રે. બરાબર છે? હવે એમાં 15% ઘટાડો છે. There is a deduction. So what you will do is 10% of 12562 પેલા ગણશો, which will be your distribution overheads, minus 15% of 1256.25. And then you get new distribution overheads 1067. So it has declined by 15%. Clear? Anyone who has not understood this? This I have declined by 50%. અત્યાર સુધી increase બતાવ્યું, હવે decrease આવી ગયું. Clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes. ચાલો હવે આને mechanically મૂકી દેવાનું 1067.81 અને આનું total મૂક્યું. So now what you get is total cost. Now we don't know what is the selling price. We have to find out. So now what we have to do is add profit. કેટલું profit? તો એનું working note પાછું અલગ. જેટલું last year હતું એટલું જ. હવે last year નો તો profit you can estimate on sales also and on cost also. પણ problem એ છે આ વખતમાં આપણી પાસે sales તો છે નહીં. તો આ વખતમાં તો આપણે profit cost ઉપર જ ગણવું પડશે. એટલે last year નું પણ આપણે cost ઉપર ગણીએ તો વધારે સારું પડે. So profit is same rate as in 2000. So profit on cost in 2000 is profit divided by cost into 100. હવે profit was 3,15,000 અને cost was 15,75,000 into 100. આ તમે સમ કર્યું નથી એટલે figures તમારી સામે ના હોય એટલે થોડીક વાર લાગે આ બધું સમજતા. If you are doing the sum writing with me, it will be easy for you. 20%, which is 20% on cost. So in 2001 also it is 20% on cost. The cost in 2001 is 19,660.31, which comes to 3,932.062. Now when you add this profit, you get sales, which is your sales revenue. And supposing આમાં number of units હોય તો divide by number of units કરો એટલે સીધું selling price મળે. So this is the price you have to quote in a tender.
Ma'am.
હા બોલો.
Ma'am, આ profit કેમ cost સાથે લીધું એ સમજાણું નહીં.
આપણે આગલા સમ આપણે 2000 ની cost sheet જોઈએ. Okay? ની cost sheet માં we have profit also and we have, I think I have taken a different sum.
Ma'am, sum 8 છે.
sum 8 છે, એ જ કહું છું, sum બીજો લેવાઈ ગયો લાગે છે. આ cost sheet માં આપણી પાસે cost છે, sales છે અને profit છે. આપણે percentage find કરવું હોય તો બે રીતે થાય. Either you can find on cost 315 divided by 1575 or 315 divided by 1890. બેમાંથી કોઈ બી લઈ શકીએ આપણે. Both will give me, one will give me percentage on cost, one will give me percentage on sales. બરાબર છે? But આપણે tender cost sheet માં આપણી પાસે sales નો figure છે કે નથી?
ના.
હા, પણ cost નો figure છે કે નહીં?
હા.
હા, તો આપણે profit શેના પર estimate કરી શકશું tender માં?
Cost પર.
એટલે આપણે અહીંયા પણ cost ઉપર ગણ્યું. ઘણીવાર sum માં તમે એમ કીધું હોય કે આ sales ઉપર ગણવાનું. તો પછી તમારે tender માં cost ઉપર ફરીથી ગણવું પડે, અને પછી કોસ્ટ ઉપર પ્રોફિટ ગણવું પડે. સમજાઈ ગયું? અત્યારે તો આપણે તમારે શેમાં ગણવાનું છે, તો ઇટ્સ યોર ચોઇસ. You can directly calculate it on sales or you can calculate it. આપણા માટે શું ઈઝી છે કે ટેન્ડર કોસ્ટ શીટમાં we are going to get cost always. આપણને કોસ્ટ મળશે, સેલ્સ નહીં મળે. તો સેલ્સ તો આપણે ફાઇન્ડ કરવાનું હોય, કારણ કે ટેન્ડરમાં આપણે સેલિંગ પ્રાઇસ કોટ કરવાની હોય બાયરને. એટલે આપણે આ ફાઇન્ડ કરવા માટે જ આખી કોસ્ટ શીટ બનાવી રહ્યા છે, ટેન્ડર કોસ્ટ શીટ. તો આપણે પર્સન્ટેજ ઓન કોસ્ટ જ ગણવું પડે. સમજાઈ ગયું? બટ ઘણીવાર એક્ઝામમાં તમને કહેશે કે તમને સેલ્સ ઉપરના પર્સન્ટેજ ગણવાના, તો પહેલા કોસ્ટ ઉપર પર્સન્ટેજ ગણી, પ્રોફિટ એડ કરી, સેલ્સ ફાઇન્ડ કરી ને પછી સેલ્સ ઉપરનું પ્રોફિટ પર્સન્ટેજ બતાવવું પડે આન્સરમાં. સમજાઈ ગયું?
બટ મેમ આજે આપણે સેલ્સ કન્સિડર કરે ઈ આપણા યુઝ્યુઅલી પ્રીવિયસ યર ના જ હોય, રાઈટ? સો
આ સેલ્સ પ્રીવિયસ યર ના નથી. આ 2001 માં આપણા 2001 માં કેટલું સેલ થશે એ પ્રેડિક્ટ કર્યું, પેલા કેટલી કોસ્ટ થશે એ પ્રેડિક્ટ કર્યું ને કેટલું સેલ્સ થશે એ પ્રેડિક્ટ કર્યું, અને આટલું પ્રોફિટ મને મળશે એ પણ મેં પ્રેડિક્ટ કર્યું, બીકોઝ લાસ્ટ યર જેટલું પ્રોફિટ હતું એટલું જ આ વર્ષે મને મળવું જોઈએ.
ઈ જ ને, આ સેલ્સ જે છે ઈ તો પ્રેડિક્ટેડ ફિગર છે ને મેમ?
પ્રેડિક્ટેડ છે ઓફકોર્સ. એટલે તો આપણે રિકન્સિલિએશન ઓફ કોસ્ટ એન્ડ ફાઇનાન્શિયલ સ્ટેટમેન્ટ્સ પણ એક ટોપિક હોય છે. તમને નથી, બટ ઇટ ઇઝ ધેર. કારણ કે આ પ્રોફિટ ઇઝ ઓલવેઝ એસ્ટિમેટેડ અને ફાઇનાન્શિયલ બુક્સમાં એકચ્યુઅલ પ્રોફિટ હોય. સો વી હેવ ટુ રિકન્સાઇલ બોથ ધ પ્રોફિટ્સ એન્ડ સેલ્સ ઇઝ ઓલસો એસ્ટિમેટેડ. ઓકે? હવે બોલો, હવે કોઈ ક્વેશ્ચન છે?
મેમ એકવાર વર્કિંગ નોટ પ્રોફિટ વાળી બતાવો ને.
બેન મેં તને આખું આ પ્રેઝન્ટેશન શેર કરી દીધું છે. કઈ વર્કિંગ નોટ જોઈ છે તારે? પ્રોફિટ વાળી. આપણે પ્રોફિટ લાસ્ટ યર નો પ્રોફિટ 2000 નું પ્રોફિટ હતું 3,15,000 અને કોસ્ટ હતી 1575. ધેટ મેક્સ ઇટ 20% ઓન કોસ્ટ પર્સન્ટેજ વાઇઝ. તો આ વર્ષનું કોસ્ટ આવ્યું 19,660, એના ઉપર 20% ગણી લીધું અને એડ કરી દીધી કોસ્ટ શીટમાં. ત્યારે આપણને જઈને સેલ્સ નું ફિગર મળ્યું. સમજાઈ ગયું બધાને? યસ ઓર નો?
યસ મેમ.
હા.
Yes,
હવે એક વસ્તુ સમજાવી દઉં, હજી મેં પર યુનિટ વાળું નથી કર્યું. આમાં ઘણીવાર પર યુનિટ વાળું આપે અને યુનિટ્સ પર યુનિટ ના ફિગર્સ આપેલા હોય. આ ચલો કોસ્ટ પર યુનિટ વાળું છે, સમ નંબર 10. આ સમ બધા લખીને કરશે. નો, આઈ એમ નોટ ગોઈંગ ટુ હરી અપ એન્ડ યુ આર ઓલ્સો નોટ ગોઈંગ ટુ સે કે અમને બતાવી દો, નહીં તો નહીં સમજાય, ક્યારેય નહીં સમજાય. કારણ કે તમે કેલ્ક્યુલેશન કરશો એનાથી જ આવડશે. બધા રેડી છો? ભલે વાર લાગે, પણ એક સમ કરશો ને એનાથી બધા સમ આવડી જશે. ઓકે?
યસ મેમ.
યસ. ચલો સમ નંબર 10.
Yes.
આ સૌરાષ્ટ્ર યુનિવર્સિટીમાં કોમર્સમાં પૂછેલું સમ છે. A firm manufactured and sold 1,000 typewriters in the year 2006 with following P&L account. A P&L account type. They have not given you cost sheet only, which means this was the actual cost actually incurred in the year 2006. Cost of materials 1,60,000, direct wages 2,40,000, manufacturing expenses 1 lakh. Sales was 8 lakhs. Salaries 1,20,000. Rent and taxes 20,000. General expenses 40,000. Selling expenses 60,000 and net profit also is given 60,000. But this will not be our net profit because in cost sheet it may or may not match. We don't know. Let's see. In this year it will match 2006 because we are taking the same figures. But in 2007 it may not match. That's the whole idea. The cost sheet format and the financial books always recorded differently. There is no closing stock, so there is no reason for a difference. Otherwise, there will be a difference in the profit given by financial books and cost books. Okay. For the year 2007, the output and sales, output means production, and sales will be 1,200 typewriters. So there is an increase in production and sales both. Price of materials will rise by 20%. Wage rates will rise by 5%. Manufacturing charges will increase in the proportion of combined cost of material and wages. Can you tell me what is combined cost of material and wages called?
Prime cost.
Prime cost, absolutely. So manufacturing charges will increase. See, manufacturing charges means manufacturing overheads, factory overheads. Here they have given a different proportion, will increase in the proportion to the combined cost of material and wages. They are not saying it is a percentage of wages. They are saying they increase as a proportion to the combined cost in the prime cost proportion. Increase is in that proportion, okay? Selling expenses per unit remain unchanged and other expenses will remain unaffected by rise in output. Prepare a statement showing cost and profit for 2006. Also prepare estimated cost sheet and find out the tender price if the company wants to earn 10% profit on selling price. We don't have the selling price, but still they want to know how much is the profit. 10% on selling price is the profit the company wants to earn. So pura sum mein all kinds of adjustments will be there. Only one adjustment is not there, which is closing stock of finished goods. That we will take in the next sum. Okay, this sum first, let us do a simple one. All of you ready to do the sum? Yes, we are going to write the sum and do. And we have Pilla, before we start doing the sum, let me tell you one thing. Yesterday I talked to you about fixed cost and variable cost, right? What is fixed cost? That which remains same as a total and that which changes when you change your production. Supposing you take rent, if rent is a fixed cost, if rent is 1 lakh rupees, when you make 1000 units, 1 lakh divided by 1000 will be 100 rupees per unit, correct? But if your rent is 1 lakh, if it's a fixed cost, it will remain 1 lakh even if you make 1200 units. So 1 lakh divided by 1200 will go down per unit. So fixed cost is always fixed as a total. Per unit fixed cost will increase if the production is less, will decrease if the production is more. Are you aware of this?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And variable cost, yesterday I told you, per unit remains the same and it keeps changing.
It changes
when you increase or decrease production. That is purely variable cost. All right. Any questions with that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, direct material, direct wages, and direct expenses are purely variable in nature. Even factory overheads, majority are variable in nature, so we treat them as variable. But office overheads and selling overheads are fixed. Okay. So when we are doing the increase or decrease, what we need to think? Variable cost, material and direct wages are variable cost. So they will always increase or decrease per unit, not as a total. And those items which are fixed cost, like rent and taxes, salaries, they will remain or they will change in total. Are you getting it? Per unit will not change when we talk of fixed. Am I clear? The increase or decrease will be on the total amount. Because you have increased production, the total fixed cost may increase or decrease, if there is any increase or decrease. So whenever there is a variable cost, you have to change. If there is any increase, you have to change it per unit. And if there is any fixed cost, you have to change the total cost and then divide it by the number of units. Okay. Now, in any cost sheet, this will be our format. First, we will write for the year 2006, we will make the cost sheet, and then we will make a cost sheet for 2007. So when we make the cost sheet for 2006, we will have particulars column. We will have two columns, inner column and outer column for amount, and we will have cost per unit. On the top, we will write how many units are produced and how many units are sold. In every cost sheet, this should be your ideal format. All the columns must be there. Okay, so let's start putting the entries in our format. Do you have a format ready or you want some time to draw it?
Just a minute, ma'am.
Take a minute, draw 4 columns, and let's start doing the solution then. Once it's done, please put a tick mark.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, amount rupees જે છે એ બે
હા.
columns એની માટે છે?
In a column, because we have factory overheads, office overheads, where we'll add up and take the total in the outer column.
Okay, one is inner column.
Yes, because when we do prime cost items, we will divide every item per unit. But when we do factory overheads and office overheads, we will not divide each item. We will divide the total factory overheads by the number of units and total office overheads by the number of units. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. So now the first item is materials consumed, 1,60,000. This is given to you in the P&L account. We don't need to look at anything else. And 1,60,000 divided by 1 lakh units produced gives us 160. Correct? So we just put that. Are you all doing the sum with me?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll be a little fast in this cost sheet because there's more to explain in the tender. Okay. Direct wages is given at 2,40,000. Again, we divide it by the units produced, which is 240. Direct expenses are not there, but as I told you yesterday, just keep it in the format always. Otherwise, you will forget it, where to put. Always keep the format fixed. Then when we total these two items, it is 4 lakhs and it is 400 rupees per unit. Now we add manufacturing expenses. It's called factory overheads. It's called manufacturing expenses in this particular sum. It is rupees 1 lakh. 1 lakh divided by number of units manufactured, 1,000, that is 100. And we get a total of prime cost and factory overheads, which is 5 lakhs. So 500 rupees. Khushbu will question me again, madam, in a column we have not used. We will use it now in office overheads. Okay.
Can we go a bit slow because we are writing too?
Yeah, you can write short forms in this cost sheet. Manufacturing expenses, ME, factory overheads, FO, administrative overheads, AO, because I want to explain the tender cost sheet. That is important.
Okay.
Yeah. Next cost sheet, I will give you time. But this cost sheet is very mechanical, just copying figures from the table. Once you finish this much, just let me know so I go ahead.
Done.
Okay, all have done?
Done.
Okay. Now administrative overheads are salaries, rent and taxes, and general expenses. All are office. So we have put them in the inner column. We take a total and 1,80,000 divided by units manufactured gives us 180. And we get cost of production. This is what I was telling you, that when you have multiple items under overheads, you will put them in an inner column. In the outer column, you will put the total and you will divide it by the number of units. But this same thing you can't do with prime cost. With prime cost, each item is having its own impact. So it's a variable cost. So you cannot take a total. You will have to do it individually. Each item in the prime cost, you have to do per unit. Even factory overheads total, you will have to do it per unit, and then office overheads per unit. Is this done?
Done.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah. Now, selling overheads. So selling expenses are just one type, 60,000 divided by. Now here, please understand, you cannot divide it by units manufactured. It is to be divided by units sold. In this sum, both are same, so it doesn't make a difference. But anytime your selling expenses will be divided by units sold. So 60,000, in this case, it sold is also 1,000. So divide by 1,000 and it gives us selling cost. To this, we have the sales, 8 lakh given. So 8 lakhs divided by units sold, again by units sold is 800. And profit is 60,000, which is 60 per unit. When I say units produced, units sold, please be careful to listen, and that will be helpful in the tender cost sheet. Where you use which units, very, very important. Till office cost, you will use units produced. After that, it is always units sold. Because here you deduct your closing stock if there is any. There is no closing stock in this sum, so there is no problem. So every time you, yeah.
Ma'am, આપણે produced and sold 1,000 છે, so it didn't make any difference.
Right.
But જ્યારે sales પતી જાય, and when we have to calculate this sales and profit after selling cost, તો એનું જ્યારે division કરીએ cost per unit, then it should be on produced or sales.
On sold, because this is our production cost. But when we deduct the closing stock and the remaining item that we get as, you know, cost of sales, આમાંથી આપણે closing stock minus કરીએ તો sorry, this is office cost. આમાંથી આપણે closing stock જ્યારે minus કરીએ, then we get cost of production of goods sold. Okay, not cost of sales, but it is cost of production of goods sold. Whatever number of goods you are going to sell, any production cost will you get after deducting closing stock. Okay, then in our selling overheads add kariye, because only units sold upar selling cost aave. Then we get total cost, and then we get profit on sales or cost of goods sold on this. Profit ka ani upar aave, total cost upar, ne ka sales upar aave. So it's called either profit percentage on selling price or on cost price. Cost price includes selling cost. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Have, should we go to the tender cost sheet?
Okay.
Yes.
Tender cost sheet, फटाफट आओ हजी एक कॉलम बनावी लियो, 4 column वाली cost sheet. Because from the beginning we have working notes. There'll be at least 5-6 working notes in this sum. Okay, let's take the first entry. Are you ready with the format?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. Now what I told you is materials, wages and factory overheads. When you want to increase, you are not going to look at the total column. You are going to look at the per unit column. Okay. I'm going back to show you what is our per unit. 160, 240, prime cost is 400 and manufacturing expenses is 100. આટલા figure per unit જોવાના. અહીંયા જોવાનું જ નહીં, આંખ બંધ કરી દેવાની. અને અહીંયા પછી આપણે total column ન જોવાનું. Per unit માં આંખ બંધ કરી દેવાની. Is that clear? Why? I have already explained. I don't need to explain every time. Now material price for 2007. What did they say? Material price, what is the adjustment? Read the adjustment. Some છે કે નહીં તમારી
Price
પાસે?
of materials.
હા.
Price of materials will rise by 20%.
Right? So what was the material price last year?
No.
Ha, right.
That's 60,000.
Are per unit column જ જોવાનું.
हाँ,
160.
160.
160.
160 ઉપર 20% રાઈઝ. આમાં તો સીધું થઈ ગયું. લાસ્ટ ટાઈમ તમે મને પૂછતા હતા લાસ્ટ યર નું percentage શું કામ ગણવાનું ફલાણું ડીગડું. આમાં તો સીધું આપેલું છે પર યુનિટ એના પર 20% રાઈઝ સ્ટ્રેટ. નથિંગ મોર ટુ ડુ. 192. ઓકે, આને લખો 192 લખો, મલ્ટીપ્લાય બાય 1200 કરો અને ટોટલ અમાઉન્ટ માં લખો 2,30,400 કારણ કે આપણે 1200 ટાઈપરાઇટર્સ બનાવીએ છીએ આ વખતે. સમજાઈ ગયું?
Yes.
બધાને સમજાઈ ગયું? જો આ મટીરિયલ
Yes, ma'am.
પ્રાઇસ રાઈઝ નો થાત તો 160 મલ્ટીપ્લાય બાય 1200 કરત આપણે. બટ પ્રાઇસ રાઈઝ થાય તો પ્રાઇસ રાઈઝ પહેલા કરો પછી 1200 આરે મલ્ટીપ્લાય કરો. ઓકે, this is the nature of variable expense. આ તમે બીઈપી માં ભણ્યા છો, આ તમે થિયરી માં ઇકોનોમિક્સ માં કેટલી વાર ભણ્યા છો, but you are practically applying it here. Variable cost remains fixed, but if there is a price level rise, it will change per unit, and then it is to be multiplied with the total amount of units manufactured. Working note change करूं કે બાકી છે લખવાની? થઈ જાય એટલે મને કયો તો હું ચેન્જ કરું પછી. જેટલી એન્ટ્રી છે એટલી વર્કિંગ નોટ છે આ સમમાં. એટલે આગલી કોસ્ટ શીટ માં જેટલી એન્ટ્રી છે એટલી વર્કિંગ નોટ છે. મટીરિયલ, વેજીસ, ફેક્ટરી ઓવરહેડ્સ, ઓફિસ ઓવરહેડ્સ, સેલિંગ ઓવરહેડ્સ એન્ડ પ્રોફિટ. છ વર્કિંગ નોટ છે આ સમમાં. Those who have put a tick mark have finished it. Is it so?
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay. I think all have finished by now. I think I'm hearing it from almost everybody. So now we go to our back to our sheet and put the figures 192 in per unit and 2,30,400 in the total column. Here, because it's the first working note, I have shown you the total. You need not show this in your working note. What you need to show is this. And straight away, you can multiply it by 1200 and put the figure. Till now, what we have done in the first cost sheet, this total was there. We used to divide it by number of units produced. Now we have per unit, we multiplied by produced and then put the figure. Okay. Similarly, direct wages. Now, can you calculate and tell me how much will the direct wages be? Last year, they were 240. Don't look at total amount column, look at per unit column. What is the impact
252.
on wages? 5% rise.
5%.
So
Thank you.
240 and plus 5% rise. So it is 240 plus 5% rise. It gives
258.
250,
252.
252. Yes, it's
252.
screen sharing has stopped because I wanted to change one word there. It's not material, it's wage cost, total wage cost. Okay, so 252 is per unit. Now 252, when you multiply it by how many units? 1200 typewriters, we get 3,02,400. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
We put that figure. Is there any kind of direct expense in this particular sum? No. So we go to prime cost. Could you copy down the wages working note? You want me to show the working note?
No, ma'am.
Everyone is done? Have you all reached till where I am showing on the screen, the prime cost?
Yes, ma'am.
Khushbu, Ashmita, Smith, Yash?
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay. Now It's time to add factory overheads. Now factory overheads rise in the proportion of combined cost of direct material and wages. How much direct material and wages have increased? Last year it was 400. This time it is 444. So if manufacturing expenses were 100 in 2006, the increase is 44. So we don't know how much is the manufacturing expenses, right? If 100 was manufacturing expenses, it was not, we don't know, it was 100 last year. So prime cost was 400. So how much is the manufacturing expense this year if prime cost increases by 44? By cross multiplication, we get 100 into 44 is equal to ME multiplied by 400. So increase in manufacturing expenses is 100 into 44 upon 400, which is 11. So now it becomes, there is another way to solve this. If we don't take this increase, we directly take, if 100 was manufacturing expense and prime cost was 400, how much will be the manufacturing expense when prime cost is 444? Then we can directly get this answer that it will be 100 plus 11, 111. And then 111 multiplied by 1200 gives us 133, 200. Is this working out understood? Or you want me to explain once more? I have taken ratio. If manufacturing expense last year was 100, prime cost was 400. If manufacturing expense of 2007, we don't know. If it was 444, prime cost is, so how much will be manufacturing expense? Then we directly have 100 into 444 upon 400, which becomes 111. But supposing we want to know how much is the increase, then 100 was manufacturing expense, prime cost was 400. This year, prime cost has increased by 44 because it's 444. So how much will be the increase in manufacturing expenses? 11 rupees. So 100 plus 11 will make it 111. Last year was 100 rupees. 11 rupees is the increase. So 111 is this year. And it becomes 111 multiplied by 1200, which is 1,33,200. Is this working note clear to everybody? Any doubts anywhere? There are two ways, jene jeu samjhai. You can take this or you can take this, whatever you find convenient. Don't spend time on writing. I mean, don't think that you will be left with writing. If you have understood it, then you start writing. If you have not understood, you can ask me 10 times. I can explain it 10 times again. Khushbu?
Ma'am.
Understood
Clear,
this? Ha, okay.
Yes.
Yashvi? Prachi?
Yes, clear,
Yes,
ma'am.
Clear.
Khushi, I think, could not join again, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
She आज join or not करू, I guess.
So who rejoined? Prachi rejoined?
I was there in previous one also, ma'am.
Yeah, but I think someone was, you were not getting the slides. Was that you?
Ashmita, it was Ashmita.
Okay. Ashmita, is it clear? Ashmita is not there, I think, in this session. She's there. Okay. Ashmita, clear? Chintan, Yashvi?
Yes, ma'am.
Chalo, should I go ahead now? Let's go to the next slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now we just put these figures on the slide. This working note I have alternately explained in this way, that last year manufacturing expenses were 100, prime cost was 400. So it was 25%. In 2007, 25% of prime cost becomes 111. If you put it this way also, it is okay. If you find this working note easy, you can do it this way. This you may not write. If it's already shared with you, so I don't think you need to write this again. Now, manufacturing expenses are 111 multiplied by 1200, so 133,200. Till here, you have to look at per unit column only and multiply it by units produced. Now onwards, you will take the total amount column. So now you add office overheads. Office overheads, what was they remain unchanged, isn't it? That's the adjustment. Office overheads remain unchanged. So last year it was 1,80,000. This year also it is 1,80,000. But last year you were dividing it by 1,000, so it was 180 here. This year you're dividing it by 1,200, so it becomes 150 here. That's the big difference. So the fixed cost, unless there is an increase, it remains the same. And per unit, it will increase if production goes down. It will decrease if production increases. This is what you can see here. All right. And when you add these items, you get office cost. The factory cost and office overheads, when you add, you get office cost, and your office cost per unit is 705. Make sure you don't take per unit column in office. You take of total amount or total cost in case of office and selling overheads. Now, what is given regarding selling overheads? Do they say anything? Is it increasing, decreasing? Is there anything mentioned?
No, it is
They remain unchanged. So unchanged means 72,000 remains the same. Earlier 72,000 you divided by 1,000 in the last cost sheet, but this cost sheet you will divide it by 1,200 to get 60 rupees. And you get total cost. Clear till here? Anyone has a doubt? I want you to just notice these figures. Since you are writing the cost sheet, in 2006 it was 1,80,000. In 2006 selling overheads was 72,000. We kept them the same. What changed is this. This has changed. Okay, our per unit amount has changed. This is very important to notice in 2006 and 7. Once this much is done, let me know so I can change and do the next working note, which is going to be related to profit.
Done.
Done? All of you done? Now in this sum, they are told that you have to earn 10% profit on sales. How will you do it? This is pure maths. I don't need to teach that to anybody, but still, if you have a doubt, tell me, or if you have some answers, tell me. How will you calculate 10% on sales? Anyone has a clue?
મેમ
Yeah.
પેલા આપણે કોસ્ટ ઉપર કાઢશું
હા,
પછી જે આન્સર મળે એને ઓલું સેલ સાથે ઓલું રિલેટ કરી લેવાનું ખાલી
એટલું કોમ્પ્લિકેટેડ શું કામ કરવું છે?
તો કેમ કરાય?
See,
સેલ્સ અને પ્રોફિટ નું ક્રોસ મલ્ટીપ્લાય ન કરી શકે 2006 માટે અને પછી એના રિલેશન માં
in this sum
2007
6 સાથે કોઈ કનેક્શન જ નથી. 6 is over. 7 નો પ્રોફિટ નું percentage આપેલું છે. It's 10% on selling price. But we don't know selling price. તો કેમ કરવાનું? Maths માં cost plus profit is equal to selling price.
equal to selling price.
Selling price minus profit is equal to cost price. એટલું ખબર પડે કે ના પડે?
હા.
તો એ apply કરવાનું. If selling price is 100, profit is 10, cost is 90. આવડે?
મેથ તો કીધું બે.
તે આમ કીધું?
મેં કીધું સેલિંગ પ્રાઇસ અને પ્રોફિટ ને રિલેશન કરો.
ક્રોસ મલ્ટીપ્લાય કરો. ક્રોસ મલ્ટીપ્લાય પ્રોફિટ ને સેલિંગ પ્રાઇસ ને નથી કરવાનું. If cost price is 90, profit is 10. If cost price is 9,18,000, how much is profit? હવે cross multiply. You could have also done if cost price is 90, selling price is 100. If cost price is 9,18,000, how much is selling price? You could have done directly sales also. Possible. Not selling price, but sales. Huh? So,
Ma'am,
huh.
મેમ સેલિંગ એક્સપેન્સ લાસ્ટ યરના 60,000 હતા રાઈટ
60,000 હતા કે 72,000 હતા? કેટલા હતા?
60,000 હતા મેમ
Last year was 60,000. Is there any increase given?
નો ઇટ રિમેન અનચેન્જ તો ટેન્ડર કોસ્ટ શીટમાં પણ 60,000 આવવા જોઈએ ને
Wait, yes. તો tender cost sheet માં same આવવા જોઈએ. Read that last.
Ma'am, sell
हाँ, read the adjustment.
1200.
एक मिनट. Selling overheads read करो. What is the adjustment
Selling
given?
expenses per unit
हाँ, वाचो
remains
सरखું.
unchanged.
Selling expenses per unit remains unchanged. That is specifically given in the sum, Prachi. You cannot change the facts. Otherwise, when it's not given,
Ma'am,
it is. हाँ, tell me.
can you please repeat મારે કનેક્શન વયું ગયું અચાનક
Okay. Last adjustment વાંચો. Selling expenses શું લખેલું છે?
are unchanged
ના આખું sentence વાંચો.
selling expenses per unit remain unchanged
ઓકે, તો આપણે પર યુનિટ જેટલા 60 રૂપીસ હતા લાસ્ટ યરના એટલા રાખ્યા અને મલ્ટીપ્લાઈડ બાય યુનિટ સોલ્ડ કર્યા 1200. ઓકે, જો એવું પર યુનિટ વર્ડ નો આપ્યું હોત તો આપણે ટોટલ અમાઉન્ટ 60,000 સેમ રાખત. બટ પર યુનિટ આપેલું છે તો વી કેનોટ ડુ એનીથિંગ. વી હેવ ટુ ટેક પર યુનિટ અનચેન્જ્ડ. ઠીક છે? એટલે જ સમ વાંચવું, પ્રોપરલી વાંચવું બહુ જરૂરી છે. આ સમજાઈ ગયું બધાને? હવે પ્રોફિટ કેવી રીતના આવ્યો? We have not
Yes.
been told કે લાસ્ટ યર જેટલું પ્રોફિટ હતું એટલું પ્રોફિટ આ વખતે રાખવાનું છે. એટલે લાસ્ટ યર નો પ્રોફિટ પર્સન્ટેજ સાથે આપણે કોઈ કનેક્શન જ નથી. આપણને આ વખતે કીધું ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ 10% ઓન સેલિંગ પ્રાઇસ. તો આપણે સેલિંગ પ્રાઇસ ઉપર 10% ગોતવાનું. એટલે 10% ઓન સેલિંગ પ્રાઇસ મીન્સ 90% ઇઝ કોસ્ટ. ઓકે, હવે થઈ ગયું?
Yes.
હવે આ પ્રોફિટ તમે એડ કરો એટલે તમને સેલિંગ પ્રાઇસ મળી ગઈ. એટલે તમારે 1200 ટાઈપરાઇટર્સ ની પ્રાઇસ કેટલી ક્વોટ કરવી? એક ટાઈપરાઇટર પડશે 850 રૂપીસ નું અને મારું સેલ્સ રેવન્યુ આટલું થશે. This is my tender cost sheet or my estimated cost sheet, which helps me to determine the selling price, which helps me to determine the profit, which helps me determine my total cost also. ठीक है? This is in theory. When I did the first lecture, I told you all this. Cost accounting helps you to find out selling price, cost price and profit. And if now you think કે મારે profit 85 નથી જોતું, વધારે જોઈએ છે, so then you have to change your profit percentage and then add to your selling price. This is how you can bring changes in your selling price. Any questions? Any questions? આખું સમ આવડી ગયું?
Yes, done, ma'am.
આ સમ આવડી ગયું તો 90% કોસ્ટ શીટ આવડી ગઈ. હવે ક્લોઝિંગ સ્ટોક વાળું વેરિએશન બાકી રહ્યું, which we will do
Ma'am, એ પછી
એક્ઝામ ના આગલા દિવસે કરી લેજો. હવે ક્યારે છે એક્ઝામ? કોસ્ટિંગ નું પેપર છે એના આગલા દિવસે કરવું છે કે એક્ઝામ પછી કરવું છે? whenever you wish. અને ના કરવું હોય ને હવે જાતે ફાવતું હોય then also I don't mind. કઈ બોલશો? અત્યારે તો ક્લાસમાં નથી, ઘૂસપૂસે નથી કરતા, જવાબે નથી દેતું કોઈ.